Now, dear colleagues, if you please can take your place so we can start with the votes. It's Thursday, so I'm pretty sure that all of you want to get with the votes on time, and we are already 5 minutes late. Okay, so the sitting is resumed. Now, yesterday the President made an announcement about the name of Peter Magyar being added to the names of the signatories of the joint motion for resolution on the future of the European defence due to a clerical error. After thorough investigation into the matter, it has been launched. It can be confirmed, as already said yesterday, that the name should not have been on the list of signatories, since it was not in the names transmitted by the EPP group to the services. The President has asked the services to put measures in place to prevent similar errors in the future. However, I would also like to invite the members of this House not to escalate such a regrettable situation and to stick to the facts. Thank you. I would like to also inform you that the President has received a request for an urgent procedure from the EPP Group pursuant to Rule 170, paragraph 6, on the following legislative file. Directive as regards the dates from which Member States are to apply certain corporate sustainability reporting and due diligence requirements. The vote on this request will be taken at the next part session on Tuesday. Now we come to the vote. Colleagues, I really implore you to be careful with the points of orders on Thursday. So please, are you really sure? Okay, but please don't forget to state the rule under which you have a point of order.
Thank you, Chair. I'll take the risk. I would like to make a point of order on the basis of Rule 10, paragraph 7. Based on media reports today on another corruption scandal in this House affecting the integrity of this House, we finally need to implement the EU ethics body fully. So I call on colleagues still blocking the group of experts as first step to stop blocking this.
As important as this situation is, this is not a point of order.
We need action now.
Thank you for understanding. Now, I would like to come to the request by the EPP Group for the urgent decision on the European Defence Industry Programme and framework of measures to ensure the timely availability and the supply of defence product, the EDIP. I would like to now give the word to the rapporteur, Mr. Bellamy. 2 minutes, please.
Thank you, President. Time for having the floor will be longer than the time for taking the floor. I just wanted to say that with our EPP group, we are asking our Parliament to go for an urgent procedure on the European Defence Industry Programme. This will allow us to work, of course, in a very inclusive manner. And with the rapporteur of the SEDE committee, we are very much looking forward to working with all of you on the proposals you will make. But it will allow us to deliver fast. In this very important geopolitical moment, our Parliament has to show that we are ready to be efficient, precise, and to work fast on this absolutely decisive programme for the defence of our Europe. Thank you very much.
So, the vote on the urgent procedure in favour? Against? Abstentions? Carried. Now, the request for the urgent procedure is hereby approved. The vote will be added to the draft agenda of a future part session. The next item of the agenda is the joint motion for resolution tabled by 5 groups on democracy and human rights in Thailand, notably the lèse-majesté law and the deportation of Uyghur refugees. We vote only on the resolution as a whole by roll call vote. The vote is open. The vote is closed. And it's adopted. Now, as next, we vote on the joint motion for resolution tabled by 6 groups on a severe political, humanitarian and human rights crisis in Sudan, in particular the sexual violence and child rape. We vote on the paragraph 3 in first part, the first part by show of hands in favor, against, abstentions carried. The second part is by roll call vote. The vote is open. The vote is closed. And it's adopted. Now we have Amendment 1 by roll call vote. The vote is open. The vote is closed. And it's rejected. Now we have Amendment 2 by roll call vote. The vote is open. The vote is closed. And it's rejected. And we vote on the resolution as a whole, also by roll call vote. The vote is open. The vote is closed. And it's adopted. Now we vote on the joint motion for resolution tabled by 6 groups on the unlawful detention and sham trials of Armenian hostages, including high-ranking political representatives from Nagorno-Karabakh by Azerbaijan. We vote on the Amendment 1 by roll call vote. The vote is open. The vote is closed. And it is rejected. Now we vote on Amendment 4 by roll call vote. The vote is open. The vote is closed. And it's also rejected. Now we vote on Amendment 5 in favor by show of hands. Against, abstentions rejected. We vote on the original text in 2 parts. First part by roll call vote. The vote is open. The vote is closed. And it is adopted. The second part also by roll call vote. The vote is open. The vote is closed. And it is also adopted. Now we vote on the recital C original. Oh, sorry. I should have a request for oral amendment from Mr. Bay to add a new paragraph after paragraph 7. The microphone for 208, please. Yes, it's on.
Merci, Monsieur le Président.
Thank you, President Chair. Under this resolution on the detention by Azerbaijan of hostages in Nagorno-Karabakh, you know that Baku has recognized that it has destabilized and interfered in French outermost regions. Baku seems to be playing a role in the riots that affected Nouvelle-Calédonie. So I propose an amendment written as: we condemn firmly the illegal detention of Armenian hostages, which is part of a wider subversive campaign by the Azerbaijan campaign, which includes interference and destabilization led by the government of Azerbaijan in Europe and in French overseas and European overseas territories.
Is there any opposition to the oral amendment? No. I don't see one, sorry. No. You need to decide if you want to oppose it. What do you think? Okay. This is clearly required 39 members, so I'm sorry the oral amendment cannot be taken, and we go to the vote on the recital C. It's by show of hands. In favor? Against? Abstentions? Rejected. Now we vote on the resolution as a whole by roll call vote. The vote is open. The vote is closed. And it is adopted. Now we come to the vote on the joint motion for resolution tabled by the Ample Committee on Social and Employment Aspects of the Restructuring Processes, the need to protect jobs and workers' rights. We vote on the paragraph 1 original text in 3 parts. The first part by show of hands. Who is in favor? Who is against? Abstentions carried. Second part in favor? Against? Abstentions carried. Third part in favor? Against? Abstentions carried. We come to the paragraph 2 amendment 2 in favor? Against? abstentions, rejected. The original text in 3 parts. First part, paragraph 1, in favor, against, abstentions, carried. Second part, in favor, against, abstentions, carried. Third part, in favor, against, abstentions, carried. The paragraph 3, original text in 2 parts. First part, in favor, against, abstentions, carried. Second part, in favor, against, abstentions, carried. Paragraph 5, original text in 7 parts by roll call vote. The first part, the vote is open. The vote is closed. And it is adopted. The second part, also by roll call vote, the vote is open. The vote is closed. And it is rejected. The third part, the vote is open. The vote is closed. And it's adopted. The fourth part, the vote is open. The vote is closed. And it is rejected. The fifth part, the vote is open. The vote is closed. And it's adopted. The sixth part, the vote is open. The vote is closed. Also adopted. And lastly, the seventh part, the vote is open. The vote is closed. And it's also adopted. Paragraph 6 in 2 parts by show of hands. The first part, who is in favor? Against? Abstentions carried. Second part, in favor? Against? Abstentions carried. Now paragraph 8 in 6 parts also. First part by show of hands, in favor? Against? Abstentions carried. Second part, in favor? Against? Abstentions carried. Third part, in favor? Against? Abstentions carried. Fourth part, in favor? Against? Abstentions, I would say rejected, but let's check that. So the vote is open. The part. Okay. The vote is closed. And it's been adopted. The fifth part, in favor? Against? Abstentions rejected. I think the same majority. Check. Okay. Vote is open. The vote is closed. And it is rejected. The sixth part, by show of hands, in favor? Against? Abstentions carried. Paragraph 11, original text in 2 parts. First part, in favor? Against? Abstentions carried. Second part, in favor? Against? Abstentions carried. Paragraph 12, Amendment 3, in favor? Against? Abstentions carried. Original text falls, therefore, so we go to the paragraph 13 in 2 parts. First part by roll call vote. The vote is open. The vote is closed.